Yo, this is New Entry Wrestling Podcast, where we talk wrestling reviews, prediction, and fantasy booking. We dive into WrestleMania Women's World Championship, the heat between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. This watch along will be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, NXT Takeover. Now let's go. Yo, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all feeling fantastic today. Whether you're tuning in from the gym, cruising through traffic, or just hanging out at home, I'm so pumped to have you with us. And today we got a lot of catching up. I'm your host, Ian, Ever the Forever, and Andre the Savage will be on this episode to chat about Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. And I'll be doing another watch along with my little bro, BTW, Bobby the Whatever. Back to back episode. We'll be watching Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT title that took place at NXT Takeover. I believe was Portland. So yeah. And before we get started, please, if you're feeling so high in joy, give me a holla. Hit a 5-star Frog Splash review. Make sure you subscribe. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. And we're just days away from WrestleMania 41. And trust me, it's going to be huge this year with some massive matches coming our way. First off, we got Tiffany defending her women's championship against Charlotte Flair. Tiffany has been on a roll as champion, but now she has to face the queen herself, Charlotte, a 14-time champion and one of the best to ever do it. So Tiffany, she got a tough challenge ahead. So can she hold on to that title, or will Charlotte take it away from her? And so this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a challenge. This is going to be, this is going to be a good match. No doubt, But yeah, what do you guys think? Who's going to go over, Tiffany or Charlotte Flair? Me personally, I'm going to say Charlotte, And then we can't forget about the women's triple threat match, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. I think Bianca is going to get the W, but I really want Io to win. I think she needs that redemption from last year. But I would not be surprised if Bianca gets the W in this match thanks to Naomi. But anyways, let's go ahead and chat with Ever the Forever and Andre the Savage. And then the main event is going to be the watch along with my little bro. So let's go. Welcome back, Ever, finally, and welcome back, Andre the Savage. What it do, baby boo? What's up, guys? What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Finally getting some time off from work.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Ever, what's going on with you?
Working and starting a business.
Damn, starting a business. What kind of business?
Loan officer.
Loan officer. Damn. What is that?
So pretty much like people that want homes.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna help. Me and this friend are gonna help people try to get a house, like help you with a loan to get a house. Trying to get certified and stuff.
Nice.
Make a lot of money in this market.
Yes, especially in realtor, right? Real estate or whatever is it called these days. That's cool, man. Pretty cool. So, Andre, come on, man.
What's up?
Come on. You know what? We know what you did on Friday. So let's talk about it,
bro. Let's go.
I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
I said, let's go.
No. Right. Before that.
What did I say?
SmackDown. Come on, man. You gotta say it loud and proud. You went to SmackDown, especially in this economy.
Yeah. So what you do is you need to layeth the smack it down.
There you go. That way's better. How was the show, man? How was it going there live? How was the traffic?
Energy was great from the very beginning. What sucks is that it just happened to be raining around the time that we got there, and security and people in the arena just like taking their job seriously, but also like overdoing it.
Mm,
Uh,
of course.
like people not knowing where to see. Like, how do you not know where your sections are, man? You're the one who works here.
Right.
Or when one of the areas, like we were trying to get into the east gate, and then they're telling us, "Oh no, you got to go all the way over there." And okay, well, you're not telling people here to go all the way back there. So why are you singing? Why can't I be in this line right here instead of that line that you're telling me to go to?
Right.
Um,
Charlotte's DMs. Was that a real shoot?
yeah, it was. Back when Vince was around, they would have gotten fined. So I wonder if Triple H is going to fine them afterwards for going off script.
So how did it go? How did it go off script? Like what happened? It was
They started
just
doing
like,
shoots. They were doing shoots that they were not supposed to do.
but like how did it go there? That's what I was trying to figure out. Because for me, it was like it was boring.
The
Charlotte was
squeaky
going there
voice thing.
because
The squeaky
the
voice
fans
thing
were
was
not letting her speak. They were giving her
Yeah.
heat. They were tired of the same old. It's like with the Natty promo, man. We're done hearing the same promo she's been cutting for how many years. Charlotte needs to just say, "Hey, I'm just trying to be the top blonde," because she's already beaten all the blondes. I think the only one she hasn't actually pinned officially. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Michelle McCool is the only one she has not pinned
Yeah.
because
Well,
she's
she
beaten
hasn't had a
Trish.
chance to face her.
She's beaten Trish. She's beaten Alexa Bliss. She's beaten Rhea when she was blonde. She's
Yeah.
beaten she's beaten all the blondes that have held the WWE title, pretty much.
Right.
Tiffany's next on the list. The only one she has not beaten yet has been Michelle McCool. And
Mm.
the match could still happen. It's all up to Michelle at this point.
You think Michelle McCool will get involved in this match in some type of way?
She's got to get involved with she's got to have a match with Charlotte before she can't do it anymore.
Mm.
probably SummerSlam or next year.
Yeah.
I mean, because
This year or next year?
otherwise,
Next year.
but hey, it's not completely wrong what Tiffany said. She's just becoming an image of her dad. She's getting
Yeah.
divorced as many times as him. She's having as many title shots. She's
Right.
starting to do politics backstage. But at least Flair knew when to put people over.
Yep. For sure.
He knew even if he was going to give them a short title reign to then mock it at them afterwards, like with Hardy Race, like with Terry and Dory Funk, like with Dusty Rhodes. He gave them that emotional win, even if he was going to take it away from them a month later.
Mm. Yeah, because even if you go back to WCW, Flair even had a program with David Flair, right? His son. They teamed up. I'm pretty sure they feud with each other for a bit. So and Ric Flair also had a feud with DDP, Randy Savage, Lex Luger, Sting. Uh Even though he was still in the main event picture. Like Ric Flair was the guy at that time where it's like you're gonna be in the main event picture with Ric Flair. He's the guy you want to face in the pay-per-views because win, lose, draw, you're gonna have a great match. The fans are gonna know who you are. And it worked out for Sting, it worked out for Lex Luger. Um, but yeah, Charlotte's not doing that. Like Charlotte is not in the title picture, she's gone. That's it. You don't see
That's her
her.
gimmick.
She could have used a Tiffy time promo to her advantage by saying your Tiffy time is going to be up in about 15 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Like she's just another blonde that they're going to capitalize on, and she's going to fail just like everyone that's come up against her. That's the kind of promo she needs to stick to. Leave the personal stuff out of it because she's got a lot more skeletons than everybody else.
Yeah. And Ever, earlier you said about squeaky voice. Charlotte said that to Tiffany.
Yeah, it was like I think that's part after she went off script that she started getting booed. She started
Hmm.
doing the squeaky voice. Like, oh, why you
Because
sound
her
like
voice cracked.
this? Yeah, it's like
Her voice cracked during the promo. until she
Tiffany
took
did.
advantage of that.
Okay.
But that
Yeah,
wasn't part of the script because, like you said, the voice cracked. So I was like,
Oh, so
okay.
Charlotte took advantage of that because, but to be fair, Charlotte couldn't talk because the fans kept booing her. She was getting Dom's
because
heat.
Because she talks
we were
about her dad, she talks about
because
her
of
reign,
Chicago.
she talks about the queen, she talks about like the same 4 or 5 things. So it's
Charlotte
like,
was.
yeah, she talks about the
Yeah,
same
Oh,
stuff. You're like, dude, you could go back 5 years, be like, it's the
right.
same promo she did 5 years ago against
Yeah.
whoever, Bailey, against whoever, blonde
True.
you said.
but I think the fans were also pissed off at the fact that Charlotte was the one that won the Rumble, even though it was a Batista Rumble win for her.
Right.
She could have won it if they just didn't announce her. You should have. At some point, they did announce that she was coming back. What you should have done with her is the same thing you should have done with Batista. Don't announce it. The
Hmm.
win will be a much better win because she's been gone for so long.
Right.
Yes, it's status quo, but when you get somebody who is top notch main event, whether in the women's division or the men's division, you want to have somebody that is believable, that doesn't need it, without it spoiling it by, hey, this person's coming back to SmackDown before the Rumble. Oh, great. Now we know who's going to win the Rumble. Now we know exactly who's going to win because it could
Right.
have been anybody. It could have
Yeah.
even been Rhea could have even done a Becky Lynch that Rumble instead of and just won it so that way she could compete. She could have dropped the title and then won the Rumble back.
And it sucks too, like, it sucks that they give, like, she's been gone for like almost 2 years, and they like, here's a Rumble win. Like, it's just like that thing where somebody comes back and like just give them a title right away. Like it's what I mean? Like you're supposed to earn that title shot.
Yeah, because I remember the week before the Royal Rumble is when they announced she was returning at the Royal Rumble. Because I was hoping when I went to that SmackDown, I was hoping she would be there. But all they did was show another video package. But yeah, everybody was thrilled that she was gonna win the Royal Rumble because she was gonna return, but they spoiled it. They're just like, oh yeah, by the way, Charlotte's coming back 2 weeks
Plus,
before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
plus, I think the fans were hoping that it was going to be Charlotte announced as Jade Cargill's attacker instead of Naomi.
Oh
Naomi, which I
yeah,
said from the beginning, it made
yeah,
more sense that it was Naomi to build the jealousy around Jade. That
right.
she's the third wheel in that little group. She
Mm,
was the afterthought. That's why they could have given Naomi and Bianca the tag titles to begin with, but they made her an afterthought
right.
because they wanted to keep focusing on Jade Cargill's finishing pin.
A good story would have been because you brought that up. Well, it would have been a good story for me is that Charlotte could have stopped them from what's it called for being like the next four horsewomen because they're just one away, you know. So Charlotte could have just added that into a factor where maybe Sasha Banks could have returned next year. But I'm pretty sure Sasha has a long term contract anyways, or Mercedes Monet, whatever she goes by these days.
Nah, she ain't coming back. She got that Hogan contract. She ain't
Yeah,
coming.
she ain't coming back then. Good for her then. We ain't hating on
Oh,
that.
she might after that announcement was that supposedly Shane signed back with the WWE as an executive that's going to be working with the two promotions to
Which
find a common
Spokesperson?
ground.
Oh, with AEW and WWE.
Right.
Oh wow. Oh,
So
so
that
that
so that
probably
situation
explains
so
the
that
meeting.
situations like yeah, so situations like the Hall of Fame
Hmm.
don't become a bad area, that it's not a gray area anymore. That hey, you know what? We're gonna induct somebody this weekend. Let's borrow Sting. Kind of like with the whole TNA thing. We'll
Yes.
give you somebody in exchange for this weekend
Right.
or your next paper or your next PLE if you let us use Sting.
Right. Just for like it's
They did
what?
that already. They did that with Billy Gunn. They did
Yeah,
that
they've
with
done it before. But I think what
more
Andre is
recently.
saying is I think what Andre is saying is I think that's what Shane is back for to have the be the middleman between the two where it's like, hey, we're gonna need this wrestler who's in your roster for a Hall of Fame thing. And then let's work something out then. I mean, that would be a great idea. But would they do that for just for like Hall of Fame stuff, or would they do that for like dream matches as well? Forbidden doors. So
No,
uh,
as long as AEW talks to WWE like they're like a big, like they talk smack about them. I think it's not gonna happen, like
Oh
forbidden
yeah,
or
that's
so.
true. They've been
Until
taking
AEW
shots at him.
acknowledge, until AEW acknowledges like, hey, we're not competition anymore.
Right.
Like TNA, hey, yeah, you could bring back Jericho for one match, but until then, it's not gonna happen.
Mm.
Because if you
Oh.
include them in your promo every single week, talking smack about something, about some, it's not gonna happen. Like,
But that's more for obviously because for the WWE fans that just watch WWE, whatever they're doing, it's awesome for them. But us who kind of know a little bit more outside of WWE, we know, oh, it's a direct shot to AEW, you know. But I don't know. It's pretty good. It's gonna be pretty interesting how it's gonna work out. Um, I would like to see Tony Storm from AEW showing up, and I feel like with her gimmick, it's possible for her to just show up in WWE. So, but I don't know. Tiffany and Charlotte. Um, now how did okay? So besides the Royal Rumble and all that stuff, how'd you guys feel about the buildup? Do you guys felt like the Royal Rumble win for Charlotte to go after Tiffany is necessary, or do you think there was just other ways comparing, same thing with the other matches that's been going on, like there was other ways that you guys could have done this, but for some reason you guys went this direction.
I
Well,
think
you
the
got to think
women's
about.
match. Well,
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ever.
I think the women's match build-up was so bad that they had to change the main event to the CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins.
So in your mindset, Charlotte coming back, winning the Royal Rumble was she's gonna main event WrestleMania. This is the one,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be with Tiffany. But now it's you're in your
Now it's like,
mind. It's so bad,
yeah, now neither Rumble winner has the main event match. It's
right?
gonna be night one's gonna be CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Night two is gonna be Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Right.
The Royal Rumble winners are not in either of them because
Hmm.
the build-up for both matches was so bad. WWE's like, we gotta do a curveball because these build-ups suck.
Right. What if that was
And
always the plan?
well,
I mean, that's
the
the
other
defeats the
thing is
purpose of the Rumble then. Like,
you,
that's
you
the
got to think
Rumble.
about you also got to think about what happened in the last few weeks, a few months, if you want to call it that. So we're going to use this example: Kevin Owens, the
Hmm.
injury. Now this puts the Kevin Owens and Randy Orton storyline on hold until Kevin is either released to compete, not from the company, but he's allowed to compete. That the neck injury isn't as bad anymore because of him letting it rest,
Right.
or the neck injury is that bad that he's now going to miss almost a year because of it. Um, so this puts the story on the shelf, which there's a lot of conspicuation of whether or not it's true because of that stupid fan that not only heckled Kevin Owens but also heckled Braun Strowman after the match with Jacob Fatu.
Hmm.
That one little idiot bald guy that decided to start talking smack, and then he's hiding behind a black guy because some of the black guy started some right by the entrance. Um, didn't help that Kevin Owens was kind of in his feelings about that and then responded because now it makes it look like it's a shoot work, whatever. Um, but that circumstance now put a match that was looking like it was going to be a WrestleMania match on hold. Same thing with Nia Jax. Nobody knew that Nia Jax was actually injured around the time of the Rumble, and that's the reason why she had to drop the title to Tiffany.
Mm.
That's why she hasn't been on the show for a while because she's injured.
Oh, I didn't knew
She's
that.
not been allowed to compete. So what could have been what probably would have been better is if it had been Nia Jax versus Charlotte,
Right.
um, and had Tiffy cashed in on either Charlotte or Nia Jax. Probably would have been more meaningful if she cashed in on Charlotte, but then with the whole jealousy friend thing, it would have been another Alexa Bliss thing.
She
But
could she could have been the
that would have been
female
better timing.
version cash in to be
That would have been a better
yeah,
timing. But
make it
that's
a
what
triple
happens when you have.
threat.
That's what happens when you kind of. That's where Triple H is kind of in difference between him and Vince. That Triple H is doing all these real big hype matches before WrestleMania, and now you lost two potential good matches, two potential storylines because you had to have a no holds barred. You had to have all this. You had to have these little ratings boosters before Mania. Now you have no storylines for Mania. You don't have a real storyline for the women's triple threat match other
Right.
than you've never beaten me. I've always beaten you. I got involved for no reason at all rivalry.
Right.
You got a all I know is super kicks and all I know is sleeper holds world title match. That's not even going to be in the main. You got a storyline you could have built around the Intercontinental title, which now has no storyline because it's just I'm trying
Right.
to be the big boss again that I never really was, even in New Japan. Versus I have nobody else to beat. When the whole focus could have been on at this point Dom and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
The IC title has no reason in the picture at this point. Just make it Dom versus Finn.
So one of them should be champion.
Neither should be champion at this point.
Oh, you're just saying that should be the story. The build up is Finn and Dom, not for the Intercontinental title picture.
Well, it could even be the fact that Dom's only been champion because of somebody.
Right.
Mainly, Ray is the reason became a tag team champion, and the only reason he won the North American title was because of the Judgment Day. And yet,
Oh yeah, that's true. This whole time where Judgment Day weren't doing anything, they could have been in the Intercontinental title picture, and Don could have won the title, and then the buildup could have been around him as champion going into WrestleMania, and then they could have had like a match with Dom and Finn, or it could have been a scramble match, with four other competitors. So, damn, man, crazy, man, it's crazy booking stuff, man.
But yeah, I think Ian, I think we talked about it in episode 206 where like we talked about the chamber. We should like not have it between WrestleMania and the Rumble because that's where the most
Oh yeah,
injuries
yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah. Like for WrestleMania, like this is a perfect example. They could use the elimination chamber at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah,
It's
but
two
not put it like
nights.
in between the Rumble and the chamber. Remember how we
Yeah,
talked about how confusing it is? Like if you win
yeah,
the Rumble, then the person that wins the chamber has a shot as well. So that kind of makes it like who gets a title shot. So that's probably where they screw it up, you know? Like move the chamber away from after
yeah,
WrestleMania.
yeah. Move it away. I think we said either before, or after. I think we said before SummerSlam, right? Because at least that's something you have a goal where it's like, oh, elimination chamber winner goes
Yeah.
on to SummerSlam main
No, I
event or
think we said Money
whatever.
in the Bank before SummerSlam, and then we said the chamber
Well,
before
see,
Survivor Series.
man, see when then they need to cancel Money in the Bank and bring that back.
Yeah, or just make cancel the pay-per-view. Just keep the match, but cancel the pay-per-view.
Yeah, cancel the pay per view. Bring
Yeah,
the match back. Money in the Bank, ladder match at
Hmm.
WrestleMania. Just they could have brought it back, you know.
Yeah.
And then and I really hope we don't see a Intercontinental. Sorry, I hope the Intercontinental title is not going to be in the ladder match because I don't want to see any of those in the ladder match. I know I want, I don't even want to see them in the Money in the Bank ladder match either, but
No.
it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, man. It's weird booking. And like Andre said earlier, because of Triple H wanted all these ratings that you used up all your storylines. And we all thought this was going to be the story. We all thought this was, like for Finn Balor and Damian Priest. We thought they were going to face each other at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title. Okay, cool. No, um, it's going to probably be a Las Vegas death match. They did that, but not at WrestleMania. And now Finn Balor we don't even know what he's doing. Damian Priest is going to face Drew McIntyre. So I'm not mad about it, but it's just like, I don't know. You know what? They did say, what was it? 2023, was it? That WrestleMania that WWE was going to go Hollywood. So I guess it's all about the stories right now. And I guess they're trying to prove a point that they're sports entertainment and they're more about the story and then the actual wrestling. But we have been getting some good wrestling matches lately,
it's
though.
it's cinema.
There you go, cinema.
That was the term. It's cinema.
There you go. That's the one. Because it's all going to be in streaming service now. When is SmackDown going on Netflix?
They just signed a 2 or 4 year contract, so probably a few more years before they get on streaming. International, it's already on Netflix, but just in the US, it's on USA.
Oh, so that was just international.
Yeah, international, it's on Netflix, but only in the US, it's on USA. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. All right. Any final thoughts about Charlotte and Tiffany? Let's predictions. Who's going over, Tiffany or Charlotte Flair?
I'll say Stratton.
Stratton. How is she
Yeah,
going over?
I think, like you said about Nia Jax, I don't know if she's gonna be back in time. How long was she injured for?
You think Nia Jax is gonna help Tiffany?
No, she's gonna try to screw over Tiffany, but then she accidentally
Oh,
helps out Tiffany. Like one of those things where it's like a screwy finish.
mm,
It's one of those
okay.
like, but I don't know how long she's injured for. She might be injured for like how long? Do you know how long she's in it for,
No,
Andre? No.
Nope.
nobody does. I just found out. I
Yeah.
just found out she's on the hurt list.
Yeah. So I mean, it might be Nia Jax or someone else come back and like try to help Charlotte, but she accidentally helps Tiffany, and Tiffany wins with like that moonsault
The
or
prettiest
perfect.
moonsault
Yeah.
ever. Prettiest moonsault ever.
Because
Okay.
at this point, Charlotte, I think she doesn't need to win any more titles. It's just more like I'm in a title picture, but at the same time, you don't want to see her in a title picture as much.
Mm. Let me
Like at
ask you
least,
this. Let me ask you this. Let's. So what would you think in your eyes will help Charlotte? That's good for Tiffany's career then. Uh, retaining her title over Charlotte at WrestleMania, or winning the title back from Charlotte, but in a different, let's say on SmackDown USA or Backlash.
no, retaining WrestleMania. That's where you're
Retaining.
supposed to do it. Yeah, because if you win it back on a SmackDown, no offense to SmackDown and something, but like it's not
Mhm.
WrestleMania. Like you,
Right.
that you're in its record books if you win it. If you're holding at WrestleMania, like I beat the Charlotte. Well, how many times is she? 14 now?
Yeah,
15?
yeah, 14.
Like I
Should
beat
be
the 14
stopping
time.
her for going from her 15.
Yeah, it's gonna be how they were doing with John Cena for so many years. They're stopping them. Like, oh no, you're stopping at this number. It's gonna be like that with Charlotte. Eventually she might just be like,
I mean, it's
I'll
not
go
like
for
her
the IC title.
retirement
I
match.
know, but what else she's
So
gonna do? She beat everybody, like you guys said.
that's true. She could go for the mid card title, but she probably is not going to.
She's trying to get
So,
that triple crown of that Grand Slam.
oh yeah,
Now you
that's
have to
true.
get now you have to get one of those two titles to get the.
You
Now
would
you're
think
not
she
triple.
would be in that mid card picture.
Yeah, because I think she was a Grand Slam, but then they added the mid card title, so now she has
Yeah,
to win a mid card title. Not,
she
oh,
could.
you're no longer a triple crown. You have to win the mid card title to be a triple crown.
Yeah,
It's kind of they take it away from you a little bit, but now they have like you have to win this title to get that triple crown
and
or
that
Grand Slam.
and that's what Charlotte could have came back for. She could have faced
Exactly.
Chelsea Green instead of Tiffany, because Tiffany and Charlotte, to me, I'm gonna be honest, that's not a WrestleMania match. It's a
No.
match I want to see, but it's not a wrestle. I didn't have there was no all this was not necessary.
Right.
They could have just been like, hey guys, next week or next pay per view, whatever, because it is a pay per view match, premium live event, but it ain't WrestleMania worthy, man. It's not all that.
But
And but go ahead.
it does give Tiffany more credibility. If she beats Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
If she loses to Charlotte, Tiffany's just another person on the list that Charlotte beat. And who knows if Tiffany ever be back as champion? She might be one of those like one and done champions. Or she might win it 2 years from now at like a random SmackDown or something, a Raw or a random Backlash or something. I don't know. It'd be one of those things where she wins it back and nobody cares.
Everybody's gonna care, man. I'm gonna care that she wins another title match. Andre, what's
Yeah.
your pick?
Um, right now, Tiffany is the one probably selling the most merch out of all the women. Um, I think the
Because
whole
it's
Rhea
Tiffy
thing.
time, man. Is that what
Yeah,
it says on
sure.
the shirt?
Do you want to tell my prediction, sir?
Yeah, it's
That's
They,
Tiffy.
they, they should have capitalized by giving her the pink belt. You shouldn't have
Oh,
just teased it. You should have given her the pink belt, just like how uh Bray Wyatt teased that snakeskin belt that
mm.
he had for himself. You should have done that instead of giving him that stupid masked belt.
Oh yeah. Why
That
didn't
horrible.
they? They should give her a pink belt. So my
Well,
bad.
because that was Bray's personalized belt for himself. And
Yeah,
Vince
but
doesn't like anybody. Remember, Vince was still in charge, so he doesn't like anybody having ideas that he didn't have. That's why he gave him
mm,
that stupid ass mask belt. That he acted like it was cool, but I don't really know if he liked it or not. Anyway, um, you you probably would have you probably would have capitalized that on financially better than that stupid Naomi Glow belt
right.
with the Christmas lights.
Yeah, that's why I changed my mind about the the pink belt. That's why I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about
Um,
Naomi.
you've got 2 weeks before WrestleMania. That's going to determine whether or not Tiffany wins. And I think they're also going to look at the Austin Theory experiment. Him beating
Austin.
John Cena. All right, how did that work out for him? He's a jobber.
Oh,
He's in catering.
damn.
He's probably gonna be one of the dudes that goes to GCW during WrestleMania weekend because he's got nothing to do for WrestleMania. He won the tag titles. All right, now what? Where's he at?
Damn. Damn, Andre, what
You
he do?
you teased him and Grayson Waller having a rivalry, which you should have done already, which you didn't.
Oh, I forgot about that.
By the time it finally happens, nobody's gonna care.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then Charlotte needs a status quo. If Charlotte, I'd say Charlotte wins as my most solid pick. Otherwise, if Charlotte doesn't win, it's so that she can. I don't know if she's gonna go after mid card title, but so she can win the Queen of the Ring, so she can actually establish herself as the actual Queen of the Ring,
Mm.
and then that's when she might take the title. If it's not at WrestleMania, it's gonna be after she wins the Queen of the Ring and takes the title off of Tiffany at SummerSlam.
How you think
But
she's Oh, go
but
ahead.
Tiffany has to not just win after beating Charlotte. She has to have good wins, not just tainted wins after that point, because then she's going to become um, a paper champion.
Oh, okay, I see. And plus it's at WrestleMania, so if you do there's no story into it. It's just to basically what you said
It's sadly
earlier.
it's sadly a lose-lose situation for both divas.
Yeah, it really is. Because they should have just kept it as a who is the best. I'm coming back for my title. Your time is up. Tiffany time is up. Whatever, 15 minutes of fame is up. And I'm coming back for my title. But they try to build it, make a story into it. And there was no needed for it. They should have just left it alone. I understand there was the shoot was a shoot, but still there was no story for this match. This kind of reminded me like Chris Jericho and CM Punk feud, WrestleMania 28, 2012, where it was the feud is best in the world versus best in the world. Winner will be WWE champion, but they wanted to make it into a story and they added CM Punk's personal life. And it was just like it wasn't needed. Like it's not even going to close out WrestleMania. So what was the point of adding that? I would understand if it was like, hey, Vince or Punk, whatever, for you to close out WrestleMania, we got to add this story into it. Okay, cool, but it wasn't needed. That's what happened with this match. They were trying to add a story, and then look what happened. So, but I don't know if I ever got or if you ever said or you were going to, whoever you pick, how will you want that person to win? Like the ending.
Kind of hard to determine this one because if Charlotte wins, it doesn't have to be via submission, which we've seen a lot. But
Mm,
uh, which this storyline needs is for Charlotte to start attacking her. If she's gonna be the one that takes the win, she needs to start attacking her leg now on the next SmackDown. Put her chair leg between the chair. That's for her to try and sell something that she has to sell the whole match.
yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, otherwise we're just gonna have the same match we already saw with Ripley
Oh, what real replay?
when
Yeah.
Rhea won the title back when she got the win over Charlotte.
Which time? At WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, so you're saying it's just gonna be like that? Okay, that's true. Because we talked about Eric keeps mentioning about that about Rhea Ripley, how
Oh yeah.
about how she had that one great match and she was champion for so long and that was it.
Yeah, it was kind of like, what are we doing? You just had a title. You're just holding the belt at that point. You had
Yeah,
like what, 5 matches, 6 matches in that time? It was
yeah,
mostly having a storyline with Dominic.
and yeah, and then the best one was that Charlotte Flair match at WrestleMania 39, and then the Nia Jax, and then the Becky. They were decent, but we waited almost a year for that. So
Yeah, they cycled the same people over and over. So I'm glad they're bringing some fresh blood into it. But Charlotte's always been known to like go off script.
oh
She
yeah,
go-
for sure.
she goes off script and she does a woo, and then she says, "I'm the queen. I'm the best in the world," and then that's her promo, pretty
Yeah,
much.
she's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
She's the daughter of
But,
Ric
but
Flair.
at least Ric Flair had like more of a business sense to it.
Yeah,
Like he would wrestle throughout the year. He was barely injured, I think, right? What he was barely injured.
yeah,
She's
I
gone for
believe
almost
so.
two
That's because
years. Hmm?
he protected himself with his politics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and then
Charlotte would be injured for like an ankle injury, be out for a year, and then like, oh yeah, I'm a champion now. Like what?
yeah.
Nobody believes that. Like, why are you champion?
Well, that's because Ric Flair has wrestled the same way for years. Same like John Cena. You know how we talked about John Cena, how
Yeah,
he wrestles
safe.
the way how he wrestles is safe because he has to do this again. So, but it's Ric Flair did no different. That's it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
And then
That's
Charlotte's moonsaults have been missing more and more. You seen them? They get more botchier as the years go. Like she could barely hit the moonsault anymore without botching it.
I think it's unnecessary for her at this point to hit that
Yeah.
move. So, but all right, Andre, you say Charlotte Flair going over with a figure eight on Tiffany. Is this a tap out or a pass out?
Oh yeah, pass out.
What about you, Ever?
I say
You pick Tiffany,
Tiffany.
but for this one, Charlotte, she got that finger four light lock on Tiffany. Is she tapping out or passing out?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm not saying passing out. No offense to the figure four, whatever it is. You're
Mm,
not gonna pass off from that. If
yeah.
it's not a sharpshooter,
You're
it's
gonna
not
rather
a
you're saying you
not
rather
a
have
CrossFit.
Tiffany tap out to it? That's
But like
crazy.
passing out makes you look more weak. You're making her look more weak with a pass out.
How well
Remember what I said? She would
With
have
your
to injure her.
legs, with your
yeah.
She would have
legs.
to injure. She would have to injure her leg, the SmackDown before, focus on that throughout the match, and she would pass out from the pain.
There
The
you
only
go.
way, realistic, the only way you pass out is if your oxygen is cut off. If your throat is out of oxygen, your feet are like, okay, my legs, I'm okay. Oh no, it's in pain.
You could
But if you're
pass out
like,
from
if you're
pain.
getting cross-faced, if you're getting like choked, like
Yeah, but
bully choked.
you could pass out from pain though.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's so easy
Yeah.
to break out of it too, though. You could like flip over.
A finger four?
You realize
Hell
there's a main artery.
no.
I've
Hold
been
on,
in one.
hold on,
I broke out of it already. You don't have to like hit him in
hold
the.
on.
You have to move your leg and turn.
You realize there's a main artery on the leg that when people say just shoot them in the leg, that artery is the one that can actually kill you, right? We get shot in the leg.
It's the carotid artery.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you shoot below the leg, wait, don't. Well, I'm not. I don't know by personal experience, but if you shoot below the leg, it's survivable. If you shoot above the chest, above the waist, you're dead.
Sir, I'd like to see your MD license.
I have a Floyd.
Avoid.
I have a. I just got a. I don't have a weapon, but I have a Floyd. No, just kidding.
I got these two guns. Boom.
Airsoft.
I mean,
Whoa.
either way, I
In
mean,
a room full
I
of
want Tiffany
guys,
to win.
of course.
Does Tiffany have a? No, she doesn't. No submission. That'd be
All right.
funnier if she won by submission. If Tiffany won by submission.
No, it wouldn't.
No,
What submission move?
I don't know.
Shit. So you're going with Tiffany then, Ever?
Yeah.
Tiffany. I'm going with Charlotte Flair. Woo! Charlotte Flair. Nobody cares for that Rhea Ripley match, right? Me and my brother were talking about it. We didn't really care about it.
That's the thing. All the women's
I said
matches are
it's
kind
just
of.
been thrown together. It's like it has
Yeah.
nothing.
There was no
It has
point of
nothing to
Io winning the
support.
title.
It's got. I mean, you could have actually focused it on Rhea and Io. The fact that Rhea's never beaten Io.
Mm,
When you throw Bianca into the mix, it's because you didn't want to have Bianca versus Tiffany because Tiffany would make Bianca a heel sooner than they wanted to.
mm.
They could have not let Bianca win the chamber at all. They could have actually given it to somebody else, and she already has a TV deal, her version of the Bellas show. So why does she need to win the Rumble?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Or I
think
mean, the
from
chamber.
I don't know.
Why did she win the chamber? It shouldn't have been her.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It was
So
just weird.
it's another reason why the chamber should not be in between WrestleMania and the Rumble. It
No,
doesn't make sense.
couldn't what's
Well,
it called?
if the winner makes no sense, that's why it shouldn't be there.
Yeah,
If the winner makes a sense as a backup for the other title, then it should be.
the concept
But
of the match is not the issue; it's the winner. But yeah,
Yeah.
like sometimes it could be confusing. But I did like to be fair. They need to stop saying it's going to main event WrestleMania. Just say, hey, this person's going to get a title shot at WrestleMania. Don't say they're going to main event no more. If you're going to be
Yeah.
like, we decide what's going to be the main event in the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Or you
So
realize like, oh, it's not hidden right with the audience.
yeah,
The
because
audience not with it. Like not now you have escape. You have an escape. Like, well, we never said it was the main event.
yeah,
You said it was. You're gonna have a title shot, but I mean you're gonna main event WrestleMania.
mhm,
Probably should do that from now on. Every match.
yeah.
This is guaranteed. Like guaranteed, this is gonna happen. Like if it's CM Punk for the title or Roman Reigns for the title or like John Cena for the title, yes. But like anybody else, you're gonna have a title shot in the future. No.
And then what bothers me the most is that if CM Punk wins this match, right, at the triple threat match, right, and then Jey Uso wins the world title, what bothers me is like, what then? Why can't we just had CM Punk versus Gunther at WrestleMania at the main event? And then CM Punk could have won the world heavyweight title, and then they could have built it up of saying, yes, I won the world heavyweight title, but it's not the WWE title, at WrestleMania, blah blah blah. And then that's when they could have done the triple threat or Punk versus Roman now, just one on one with no title or something. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It was just weird. Everything, the whole buildup is just weird, to be honest. And then how do we go from I'm still bothered of how do we go from John Cena's gonna face Dominic Mysterio, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and now he's in the main event of WrestleMania, you
Mm.
know? And we thought like it's just like it's cool with the whole swerve, but at the same time, it's just like what Andre said earlier, it's just like you just wasted all your story and you're just trying to fill in the gaps now. You pay.
Which is what they'll do with Randy Orton. They'll probably now that he has no official legit match, he's probably going to get. They're teasing that supposedly he's going to have something with Nick Aldis, but I think it's still going to come down to him getting involved in the Cena Cody match, which will probably lead to Cena and Randy Orton at St. Louis.
Yeah, but I still think Randy Orton should have a match. Is it true about Rusev signing with WWE or is that?
Yeah,
Oh, it is true.
Rusev, Aleister Black. Yeah,
Also,
The
there's a
Meltzer say
chance.
it? The
Hmm.
Meltzer say it? Because I don't believe it. It's Meltzer.
No, it's not
no,
him.
No, okay,
Sports
good.
Keeda.
Okay. Oh, wait, no. Anybody else outside of those two? Force Key is also kind of not reliable. It's got to be like, what's the other one? Van Velt? Velet?
Chris Van Vliet, whatever that Canadian dude's name is. Yeah,
Oh, Chris. Oh, he was from Raw at SmackDown, but I don't know. I don't know. Does he? I didn't know he posted stuff like that about announcements. I just
no, he doesn't
follow.
do the announcements much.
Yeah.
He's not Wrestle Talk. He's just
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
podcaster.
that's who I follow. That's who I heard it from Wrestle Talk, but they didn't say he signed. They said it was Rusev signed WWE question mark. It was like that.
Oh.
So I don't know. But I mean, I never really cared for Rusev, to be honest. I really didn't. All right, we are watching Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley NXT Takeover. Yes, please. If you're watching this match, you'll know why I said yes, please. Which one is this? Do you know which one this is?
No idea.
NXT Takeover Portland. Interesting. What year did that took place? The year was February, but that was in that's not a year. That's not a year. The year was 2020. The month was February. The date was 16th.
right before COVID hit.
What? That's crazy. Portland. The main event, Bobby, was Adam Cole Baby versus Tommaso Ciampa. Can you believe it, man? Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Who do you think is going over? Do you remember this match?
No, I did not see this match.
So it's the first time seeing this.
First time seeing this.
First time
I definitely was not watching NXT at this point either.
That's crazy, man. You were missing out. This was the best time for NXT to the max.
But I can definitely see Bianca going over in this match.
Wow. We also had Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. That was a great match. That's a match you should see as well. I recommend.
I may have seen that one.
It was a 4.5 stars, but I can't say the word. According to Dave Meltzer. But it was a 5-star match in my book. Look at that. Rhea Ripley. Damn, clothesline. Another one. She pulled her hair. Another. Oh, she ducked that clothesline from Bianca. Oh, nice drop kick. Duck and roll. So you like this version of Rhea Ripley or you like Mommy?
Definitely. It's hard to say. Like I said, I didn't watch NXT during this time, so I don't really know her whole...
Well, seeing her now, what look-wise, what version you like?
Look-wise, yeah. I like her now.
You like her now? Okay. So you wouldn't want her to try to go back and change it to her.
No, I feel like that's definitely
that look is done.
Not work. Yeah, it worked for the moment, but she's definitely.
I mean, she could have. I mean, she could have that as her personal life.
Mm-hmm.
She could have that as her personal life look. That's cool and all that. But for wrestling, it's like, nah, I don't want to see that. Stumping the moho on her candy ass. Give me a hell yeah. No hair pulling. Chin lock. Damn. Oh, moonsault.
Standing moonsault from Bianca.
1, 2. Kick out. Where's Portland at? Is it in Oregon?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Oregon at?
I'm pretty sure it's...
Is it East Side?
No, it's West Coast.
West Coast? So it has to be
by Washington.
That's what I need right now, that good stretch. She's like, she's telling her, can you scratch right here? Cheer. Oh, man. Oh, my back.
Oh.
Damn. Kick to the head. Oh, snap. Trying to throw her out through the ropes right into the ring post. Roll up. 1, 2.
It's been a pretty solid.
Oh, spine buster.
Even match. Not too much back and forth, but both of them have taken their turns dominating so far.
How they wrestle? Do they wrestle the same?
Pretty much. I would say they're pretty similar. Like they both have their runs, like dominating, hitting move after move after move, and then.
So how do you feel if, like, this is your WrestleMania match? How do you feel the match so far? Like, if this is what, like a sneak preview, basically.
I would say I'm expecting something similar to this. Like,
so will you be okay with this match then?
Slightly disappointed because I mean this is again back when they're in NXT,
right?
And they're definitely way better now.
So you expect
there's more history now, so I'm expecting definitely a lot more
improvement. So
like
it should
move wise and like story and acting wise. There's definitely gonna be more emotion. Plus, you add in the fact that it's at WrestleMania, that both of them are for sure gonna be able to way up their match here.
Oh, the whip!
Always, just so loud.
How's that not DQ again? Wasn't there a
I think-
DQ once?
I don't think so.
Oh,
But I mean,
look
it's
at
a
that.
part-
Gorilla press.
It's a part of her, so I think she's fine.
Gorilla press.
Dropped flat on her face.
Ooh, springboard.
Ooh, reversed.
Oh, is she gonna go for the rip tie?
Oh, is it here?
Rip ties all over. Oh,
Oh,
reversal.
reversed.
KOD. Elbow.
Reversed.
Elbow.
No one's
Reverse.
hitting a finisher yet.
Ooh, leapfrog. Ooh,
Ooh.
boot. Spear.
Oh, solid spear right there.
Roman Shield finisher.
Nope, that's not a thing. Bianca's also one of those people that can just muscle and speed her way through a pretty decent spear.
I think she has a good shoulder tackle.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like the match we just saw in the triple threat, she hit Oscar with a mean shoulder tackle.
Is that Renee Young? Do you remember? Oh yeah, you didn't watch NXT.
Nope, wasn't here.
Oh, damn!
That's terrifying.
You went up and over.
Gosh, that was scary.
No selling though. Look at that. She's up already. No selling.
Wow, Rhea.
Bianca's gonna fly. Oh,
Over the
up and
top.
over.
Ooh.
I think it's unnecessary for her to go over the top rope.
Yeah, I think it would have been much simpler suicide dive right there.
I don't even think she needed to jump.
No, she just used the rope.
But no, I'm saying like there's no need for her to do a high flying spot. You know, it's unnecessary.
It's more like I can do it. So
I guess
Yeah.
you know, to prove that she could do anything. I don't know. I guess to me, when you do a high flying move from the outs, you know, from the inside to the outside, I feel it's like, why are you picking him up to throw him back in the ring? I feel like why we just take a count out win?
Yeah,
How come nobody wants to win by count out?
because they don't want to be chumps. Not me though. I'm winning every match by count out. I don't care.
Yeah, because I believe in I don't know if it was the 80s, maybe like 70s or 60s or whatever. There was a time where if you threw somebody over the top rope or through the ropes, that was your way of forfeit the match. And then eventually it became a no disqualification. Like you get DQ.
If you threw them out.
Yeah.
Ooh, big headbutt. Oh, what are we gonna see here?
Oh,
Oh, scary spot.
she was gonna go for a sunset flip power bomb, but Bianca hold on from Rhea Ripley. Oh, is she gonna do what's it called?
Riptide.
Rib tie. Oh, a spinning
out
one.
of it. I liked that.
Oh,
Rhea right
wow.
there,
She
Rhea
retained.
Tipley.
What?
Gosh, she's on context.
London Tipton. Rhea Ripley wins or retains.
Mm-hmm.
She did one or the other.
She retained. She came in as champion.
No, the fans felt like they weren't really feeling this match, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this probably has to be the time where Bianca was probably leaving NXT to go to the main roster then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I think she won. No, she didn't win the Royal Rumble. She was part of the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Next year is when she officially joined the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Or, sorry, the main roster, and she won the Royal Rumble. Oh,
hey, Charlotte. That's fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble. And she challenged Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
There we go. Well,
That's crazy. That's crazy. Good job. Because you're the one who brought it up. Because you're like, have they ever faced each other?
I knew they had a match at some point. I just could not remember if it was already WrestleMania. But I was thinking 39.
Look, Charlotte.
And Charlotte again.
Charlotte looks good, man. God damn. I really thought it was going to be Rhea Ripley versus Bayley, though, at WrestleMania.
I also thought that.
And then next year it could have been Sasha Banks. All right, Charlotte Flair. Look at Charlotte Flair looks good. Look at that. Letting her know that she's challenging Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the NXT title. Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany. Who's going over for that one? Who you got? Charlotte Flair
man.
or Tiffany?
If you asked me when Charlotte first won the Rumble, I would have told you Tiffany might be going over. Like it might be oh yeah, let's push Tiffany. Like she just beat the Queen. But
Right.
after seeing their last few interactions, I'm definitely leaning towards Charlotte. Like I really still hope Tiffany wins. Love Tiffany, but if Charlotte won, I would not be surprised.
Will you be upset about it? That's the real question.
Slightly be upset.
Man, Charlotte looks so good. Look at that.
But if Charlotte's going over, it's kind of, I guess they kind of want to show like
I want Charlotte to go over.
Tiffany's just not that in that spot yet.
No, I would love Charlotte to go over. I think she should. She needs to take the title away from Tiffany.
Okay.
That way you can have Charlotte Flair. Think about it. Charlotte Flair and John Cena together with Ric Flair taking a photo, man.
That would be pretty good.
Because they could do the same thing with they did with Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan with that
ring.
Yeah, with that ring thing. We got a triple threat match. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky versus Bianca for the Women's World Championship. Who is going over? Who are you rooting for as well?
Definitely going to be rooting for Io Sky. She's going in as champion, but there's still, for some whatever reason, they're making the choice of Bianca and Rhea focusing on each other and kind of pushing Io off to the side.
Right.
Even though she's the champion. So I'm going to be rooting for Io there.
Okay.
But with everything else, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities to go around with Bianca being champion and keeping that streak, and especially with Jade coming back and kind of painting Naomi and Bianca in a bad light. There's even more possibilities to go off of that. So maybe a little heel championship run with Bianca for a little bit would be nice. And I mean, the crowd's already turning on her. If you saw
that's
last Raw, I mean, they were already booing her whenever she had Io on her shoulders. So definitely can see Bianca going over because of that reason.
I would go with Bianca as well as getting the win. Just because I feel like a heel turn's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe Naomi is gonna help her win the world title. That could be a possibility as well. So, but I think that night, I think Bianca is gonna go over. But who I'm rooting for is obviously Io Sky. Yeah. All right, Bobby, the boss. Thanks for joining for another episode. Until next time, thanks, Bobby.
Appreciate it. Always a great time being on, giving opinions, and we're signing out.
I appreciate Ever the Forever and Andre the Savage and Bobby the Whatever for joining me for another episode. And just remember that life is all about finding balance. Work hard. Take time for the things you guys love. And don't forget to appreciate the little moments. Keep pushing forward and make today count. Thanks to you listeners. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. IAN is who I am. A storyteller is who I'm trying to be. And then you're feeling so high in joy. Give me a holla. Like and subscribe. Share us on social media. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and IG. New Entry Wrestling Podcast. This is the place for your wrestling reviews, prediction, and fantasy booking. Until next time, deuces.